Ever notice how isekai parties love kicking out the one guy carrying the entire squad? Yeah, today we're ranking 10 anime where the weakest link gets booted and turns out to be the final boss in disguise. Betrayal, revenge, glow-ups, buckle up. Number 10. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. You ever watch a party make a decision so dumb you physically pause the episode? That's this energy. Okay, technically he's not kicked out in the traditional tavern argument way, but Lug is discarded by his own organisation like yesterday's mission file. They use him, thank him, then eliminate him. And instead of dying bitter, he reincarnates with a literal goddess contract and a new objective: assassinate a hero. Here's the twist. This isn't loud revenge core. It's cold, calculated aura farming. The direction is sleek, almost clinical. The fight choreography, clean, efficient, surgical. When Lug strategizes, the sound design drops into this subtle tension hum that makes every decision feel like chess at gunpoint. And the dynamic with Tart and Dia, it adds warmth without softening his edge. It's controlled chaos. If you like tactical mind games and protagonists who weaponize patience. Number 9. Tsukimichi, moonlit fantasy. Imagine getting summoned to another world, and the goddess takes one look at you and says, yeah, no. Makoto isn't just rejected, he's discarded, thrown to the wasteland because he's ugly by divine standards. That's the pettiest isekai betrayal of all time. But here's the twist. The wilderness becomes his kingdom. The early episodes feel almost serene. Misty landscapes, quiet monster villages. Then, boom! You realize Makoto is absurdly overpowered. The animation flips from peaceful slice of life to explosive magic warfare in seconds. The OST leans whimsical but shifts epic when fights kick in, making the tonal switches hit harder. If you love chill world building with hidden nuclear-level MC energy, do not sleep on this. Number 8. I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. You think this is just sparkly otome fluff? That's the trap. Aileen gets dumped and politically erased in one swoop. Her fiancé cancels the engagement publicly. Party over. Reputation gone. Instead of crying, she speedruns survival by seducing the final boss. The art style is glossy, colourful, dramatic, but there's bite underneath. The palace scenes feel tense despite the pastel palette. Claude, the so-called Demon King, radiates quiet menace, and their chemistry? Surprisingly mature. If you like smart female leads flipping the script with style, this one's your jam. Number 7, the rising of the shield hero. Let's be real, this one hurt. Naofumi doesn't just get kicked out, he gets framed, isolated, socially crucified. One accusation and the entire kingdom turns on him. The atmosphere becomes suffocating, muted colours, heavy dialogue, you feel the paranoia. The early episodes are uncomfortable on purpose, and that's why they work. Then comes the grind arc. Shield-only combat forces creativity. No flashy swords, no instant nukes, just grit. The sound design during his rage shield moments, distorted, chaotic, almost monstrous. If you want slow burn redemption and emotional payoff, this will absolutely hit you. Number 6, chillin' in another world with level 2 super cheat powers. This one looks soft, cozy, harmless. And then you realise the weak merchant candidate they tossed aside hits level 2 and becomes casually broken. The vibe is ridiculously relaxed. Pastel towns, warm lighting, soft OST. It feels like a fantasy picnic. But every now and then, Fleo reminds everyone he could end the arc in 30 seconds. And the romance with Fenris? Surprisingly wholesome. It gives the show heart without killing momentum. Watching an MC who doesn't need validation because he knows he's him? Different energy. If you want overpowered comfort food with zero stress, don't watch this half asleep. You'll miss the subtle flexing. Number 5. The banished former hero lives as he pleases. What happens when the hero candidate is deemed not impressive enough? You get this. Alan is tossed aside because his skill set doesn't look flashy. The academy shrugs, the nobles move on. Plot twist, he's cracked. The show leans into a composed, almost aristocratic atmosphere. The action scenes aren't chaotic, they're controlled displays of superiority. The animation frames him calmly dismantling threats like he's correcting homework. If you enjoy composed, elegant power fantasy without melodrama, this one's your lane. Number 4, Ari Ferreira, From Commonplace to World's Strongest. You want betrayal with trauma seasoning? Here, Hajime gets shoved into the abyss by someone he trusted. The fall scene alone feels brutal. The darkness, the isolation, the body horror transformation. The tone shift is violent. School kid energy evaporates. In its place, guns, eye patches, and zero mercy. The dungeon arc is gritty and claustrophobic. Monsters don't feel cute, they feel threatening. The OST leans heavy, almost industrial at times. If you're in the mood for ruthless evolution and unapologetic dominance, this is your chaos pick. Number 3. Ningen Fushin. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. What if the party kicks you out and you're all equally traumatized? This one hits different because it's not just one betrayal, it's multiple. Each member gets discarded for selfish reasons. The tone feels uncomfortably real at times. The tavern scenes feel heavy. You can almost hear the silence between lines. The animation isn't flashy, but the character acting carries emotional weight. The twist? They form a new party built on shared distrust. The chemistry feels awkward at first, intentionally so. Watching them slowly learn to rely on each other is low-key wholesome in a damaged way. It's less about god-tier power and more about rebuilding faith. If character-driven recovery arcs are your thing, this sleeper deserves your attention. Number 2, Beast Tamer. You ever see a hero party kick out the support and immediately start struggling? Yeah, that's this. Rain is dismissed because he's just a beast tamer. No flashy sword, no holy magic. Plot twist. He contracts with some of the strongest species in the world. The show starts light, almost slice-of-life fantasy. Then every time Ryan forms a new contract, the power ceiling rises. The animation shines in summoning sequences. Glowing sigils, wind effects, dramatic camera swings, and his growing harem party dynamic feels supportive rather than toxic. Watching the original hero party slowly crumble without him? Delicious. If you love underdog to king progression with steady escalation, this one's comfort power fantasy done right. Number 1, Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. You thought low-level spells meant weak? That's the lie. Tuka gets labelled useless. The class laughs. The kingdom throws him into a dungeon to die. And then the atmosphere shifts. The dungeon arc is bleak, dark colour grading, oppressive silence. When his failure status effect magic activates, it feels sinister, not flashy, but horrifyingly efficient. The revenge energy here is calculated, not loud. He doesn't rage, he eradicates. The direction leans into tension instead of spectacle, which makes every elimination hit harder. Watching former classmates realise they misjudged him, pure satisfaction. This one feels mean, in a good way. If you want cold-blooded, no redemption revenge isekai with zero forgiveness, this is your number 1. All right, which betrayal hit you hardest? Did I rank your favourite too low? Drop your number 1 in the comments, I'm reading everything. And if you love wrongfully banished glow-ups, you already know we're not done.